Hey everybody, it's Kory. Welcome to the Newport Plums Estate in Sandpoint, Idaho. The Newport Plums Estate is one of the most premier vacation rentals in all of North Idaho. And we get to feature it today as we talk about vacation rentals. Let's head on side. So, today we're going to give you 5 reasons on why a North Idaho vacation rental is such a good investment. Idaho is the strongest real estate market in the country, which means good equity return. According to the Federal Housing Finance Agency, Idaho grew in equity last year from March 2018 to March 2019 by 13.35%. That was the highest equity growth of any state in the country. Over the last 5 years, Coeur d'Alene and the greater Coeur d'Alene area has seen home values rise on average 11% over the last 5 years and running. Compare that to other investments like the stock market or even other real estate markets in the country, and it's going to be hard to beat 11% equity year over year. An equity gain is only one part of a good investment. The other part is passive income. The second reason that North Idaho vacation rentals are such a good investment is because we are a very popular 4-season tourist attraction. Why? Because they're clean, safe, fun, festive towns. And they're surrounded by unmatched outdoor recreation, including rivers, lakes. The Panhandle National Forest is the size of Connecticut. North Idaho also has the Silverwood Theme Park, and it also has 5 ski resorts in the area. Because of all that 4-season fun, everybody wants to come here and enjoy what we have. And that means they need places to stay. Enter the North Idaho vacation rental. Guys, right now, if you have a vacation rental in some of the more popular spots around downtown Sandpoint or downtown Coeur d'Alene, you can expect your vacation rental to be booked out 200 nights a year on average. And if you think that you're going to be charging, let's say about $150 a night on average, sometimes it's going to be more in the summer, less in the winter, depending on what season. So you got 200 nights booked at $150 a night. Let's do the math. That's $30,000 gross right there. And with a $200 a night at 200 nights being booked out, that's $40,000 gross. You subtract your expenses for your management company and your mortgage, and you're probably still going to make passive income. The third reason vacation rentals here in North Idaho do so well is because they actually increase the value of the neighborhood. Think about this. You have a long-term rental, which is rented out 6 months to a year. Somebody goes into that house. You don't know what they're doing inside that house. And when they leave, 6 months, a year later, the carpet's tore up, screens are destroyed, and your typical long-term rental needs some kind of improvement before you can rent it out to the next person. A vacation rental, they book it out 2-3 nights at a time. When those people leave, the management company comes in, counts the knives, the forks, the spoons, make sure everything is perfect for the next renter, and the equity and the value of that home stays. It doesn't drop. And then what that does is you get more and more vacation rentals in a neighborhood, keeping that high standard. It increases the value of the neighborhood. You go through some of these neighborhoods here in Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint, and you can really see how beautiful the neighborhoods are because the vacation rentals are kept up so nice. The fourth reason, and probably my favorite, as to why vacation rentals in North Idaho do so well, is you actually get to use your own property. So if it's a business, a rental business, you're limited to 14 days a year that you can actually use that property for personal use. But that's 14 days a year that you can book a vacation, come out, see your rental property, and enjoy what you are investing in. The fifth reason that North Idaho rentals do well is you have the tax incentives. So imagine writing off the expense once a year of coming out to inspect your property and do improvements on it. That's a write-off. And any other expenses that go into your rental business. So you pay a management company, you pay for advertising, you pay for maintenance, you pay for improvements on that property. Those are all expenses that you can write off against the revenue that you make. And remember, guys, I'm a retired cop, not a retired CPA. So if you want good, accurate accounting information, talk to your accountant. So now that we know the value of a North Idaho vacation rental, what are some of the things that we should be looking for when we're picking out a vacation rental? Well, there's 3 things. And the first one, just like anything else in real estate, location, 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 right? And for a vacation rental, you got to put yourself in the mindset of someone who's going to rent that house. They want to be close to downtown, where they have the dining, the shops, the festivities, the parks, the beaches, and they want to be close enough to walk to those. So specifically in Sandpoint and Coeur d'Alene, you want to be about 4 to 6, maybe even as far as 8 blocks away, walking distance-wise to any of those festivities and attractions. And the other thing to think about is all the amenities outside of walking distance that vacation rental can afford. So for example, for this property here at Newport Plums Estate, you're literally 30 minutes or less away from Schweitzer Mountain Resort, where you ski. You're less than 30 minutes away from the Idaho Club Golf Course and Resort. You're less than 30 minutes away from the entrance into the National Forest, so you can ride your ATVs. You're minutes away to launching your boat in several different locations here on Lake Pend Oreille. You're less than 30 minutes to Silverwood Theme Park. So there's a lot going on for properties like this one and other good vacation rentals where people have plenty to do. And that's the mindset that you want to put yourself in as an investor, is what property can I purchase where people are going to want to be. So now let's talk about the desirable features of that actual home. You're going to want a home that can occupy at least 2 families so they can split the cost. That's usually that sleeps anywhere from 8 to 12. This home here at Newport Plums Estate will actually sleep 19 people. It's huge. They don't all have to be that big, but this one hosts, events and weddings and stuff like that. But your typical vacation rental, you want it to sleep about 8 to 12 so you can have 2 families to split that cost. And then you want that home to include several features that make it fun to be at. Like a pool, like a spacious kitchen, or a spa, and a nice media room. I'm your Huckleberry. And lots of parking for boats and RVs, because people are going to want to use their toys. And a spacious yard where the kids can play, and you have plenty of room for those special pictures for the wedding and family reunions. And a nice game room. So we talked about 2 things that you want to look for to make a killer North Idaho vacation rental. The first being location, and the second being the features that you want in the home. The third reason, and no less important, is strong management. And management's critical, especially if your investment property is out of state. That management company here in North Idaho, they typically charge about 30 to 35%. But what does that include? That includes the management of the property, the maintenance, the cleaning, and the advertising. So it's worth that money to have a good management company so you don't have to do anything but collect that revenue after the expenses are deducted. So there you have it. 5 reasons on why North Idaho vacation rentals are such a good investment, and 3 things that you need to be looking for when you're pursuing a vacation rental here in North Idaho. If you guys have more questions about vacation rentals, we do specialize in vacation rentals here in North Idaho. You can look us up at livebetterinnorthidaho.com, and we'd be happy to be a resource for you. I also want to give a special shout out to the Newport Plums Estate. Guys, thank you for hosting us here on this video and giving us a great example of what a premier vacation rental should look like. So, as we go out, I'm going to leave you with video footage of this rockin' place called the Newport Plums Estate. Enjoy. Bye now. So there's basically 4 characteristics to homes that people really like when they rent vacation rentals. You got to remember, people when they go away, they're looking for a little bit different experience than the basic tract home. So what we find here do really well for vacation rentals are period homes, homes that were built between 1900 and 1940. They reflect that charm of the turn of the century. Other things that people like to rent out are log cabins, especially if they're close to the water or in the woods. And third thing that people really like is that rustic farmhouse feel, where you're on a ranch and you can smell the goats and hear the cows, that kind of stuff. And then the fourth thing that people really like to invest in when they do vacation rentals is, like the Newport Plums estate here, they like high-end luxury.